The women's War Games match gave us the ending to a very long rivalry, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's going on with Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and more. Starting things off with the War Games match for the women. The Women's Survivor Series War Games featured lots of advancements for current storylines going on, such as Bayley and Damage Control's rocky relationship. But the Women's War Game match also featured nice closure for the very long rivalry between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Like we spoke on just a few days ago, Charlotte and Becky's feud with each other on screen basically started back at SummerSlam 2018, when Becky turned heel and attacked Charlotte Flair post-match. From that moment up until 2023, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair were bitter rivals with each other, and always at war for 5 long years. No matter if they were on the same brand or opposite brands, they always found a way to collide and go against each other, and they could never get over the little things that they both done to each other over the years. So, when Charlotte Flair swallowed her pride to call Becky Lynch up and ask her to fight alongside her at Survivor Series, that itself was a very big moment and big step to fixing their relationship. But like we saw in the Smackdown before Survivor Series, and even early on in the War Games match itself, there was still a level of disconnection there between Becky and Charlotte. They just couldn't get on the same page. But right in the heart of the War Games match, Becky Lynch and Charlotte made up, settled their differences, and hugged it out in the middle of the ring. And it was a moment that reminded lots of fans of the 2022 Men's War Games, where Jey Uso and Sami Zayn finally hugged it out and settled their differences. The Jey and Sami hug was a massive deal at the time, and so is Becky and Charlotte's. Their hug signifies the end of a pretty much 5-year-long rivalry, so it was pretty nice to see. Charlotte and Becky even did the Survivor Series press conference together, and both of them were moved to tears when talking about just how much they mean to each other's careers. So it was a nice little moment of closure for one of the longest ongoing rivals in WWE. Some fans wonder if WWE could also be using this moment to plant a seed for potentially another moment of betrayal between Charlotte and Becky. That could be a possibility as well. Maybe they'll look at having another Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch feud in the near future. But it doesn't look like we'll be getting some immediate follow-up for Charlotte and Becky's story, considering that they're on separate brands right now. But it definitely seems like a possibility for them to revisit that situation down the line. Randy Orton made his big return to Raw and instantly laid down the foundation for his direction and storyline. As expected by everyone, Randy did immediately call out the Bloodline. Roman Reigns and the Usos were fully responsible for taking Randy Orton back in May 2022. There was no Solo Sikoa around at the time. That all happened long before his debut. So maybe Randy doesn't have anything that's personal with Solo, but Solo will still be someone he has to deal with if he does cross paths with the Bloodline. But Randy did say that he's making it his mission to come after every single member of the Bloodline. Now, when Randy said that, a lot of people wondered if he would also still include Jey Uso in his big Bloodline hunt. Randy did nearly drop Jey with an RKO at War Games, so that was a bit of a concern there. But during a backstage segment, Jey Uso came up to Randy Orton, said that he wanted to find Randy first before Randy found him. Jey said that a lot has changed since that moment that he assisted the Bloodline in taking out Randy Orton. And luckily for Jey, Randy appears to let him off the hook. Randy says that he's been watching and has been paying close attention to how Jey has always been coming to the aid of Cody Rhodes in recent months, and how they're cool. Of course, given Randy Orton's nature and history, it's hard to trust him. He can say he's cool with someone and flip on them in a moment's notice. So even though he gave Jey the clearance, it's still pretty smart just to look over your shoulder every so often, just to make sure that Randy hasn't changed his mind on how he feels. But assuming that he does stay cool with Jey Uso, Randy's only main issue will be Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa. He's coming for them for what they did to him, and we're to assume that he'll also challenge Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal title during this process as well. A lot of fans are curious about how this will work, considering that Randy and Roman are on separate brands. Well, WWE is advertising Randy Orton for the upcoming editions of SmackDown. So no one knows if that's going to be some dark match stuff after SmackDown goes off the air, or if Randy will invade SmackDown on air to get his hands on Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Obviously, Roman Reigns isn't there and won't be there for several more weeks. So the only way Randy is getting any kind of revenge is by getting his hands on Jimmy and Solo, and just how things normally go with a Roman Reigns feud. Putting your hands on his family is one of the best ways to catch Roman's attention and make him appear. So we could potentially be in a full swing of Roman's next big feud, depending on how fast Randy does come for the Bloodline. There was also a recent report saying that since there's no premium live event from now until the Royal Rumble, that the next months of WWE television will all be used to build up the Royal Rumble, with tons of long backstories and a fully loaded card. We saw some examples of that already, with Cody Rhodes declaring for the Royal Rumble in the month of November. And maybe we'll be seeing more early buildups for Royal Rumble with Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. That's a matchup that a lot of fans have been waiting a long time for, and it could potentially be well underway and building up towards a match at the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is one of WWE's biggest events of the year, so the potential matchup of Roman versus Randy perfectly fits into the card for that show. So we'll have to see if they do decide to go in that direction or not. Randy Orton's rumored upcoming SmackDown appearance could definitely provide some more context if WWE is leaning in that direction. The November 27th edition of SmackDown also provided a big payoff for Nakamura's mystery rival storyline. For weeks now, Nakamura has been delivering intense backstage promos aimed at a mystery individual and how he was waiting on them and how he wanted them to set him free. Well, Nakamura finally revealed who all those promos were intended for. They were all directed towards Cody Rhodes. After Cody declared for the Royal Rumble, Nakamura delivered another backstage promo directly aimed at Cody Rhodes and proceeded to attack him after the clip was done. So a lot of fans were paying attention to that storyline over the last few weeks, trying to figure out who he was talking to, and we finally got that answer. It looks like Cody Rhodes will now be in a very heated feud with Nakamura, which will be great and beneficial for them both. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.